And we're back. Um, you know, as I was saying in the last one, let's say 10,000 people were affected by these shootings. You know, compared to the total amount of people in the United States, that's a very small percentage. Let's take people that were beaten to death, it by a blunt object. Um, let's just take gang. You know, let's take gangs. Instead, it's not really a massive shooting. Like, this is what they're setting everything off of is massive shootings. Gangs, there's maybe one or two people that die in the shooting, and all these other deaths. There's definitely the massive shooting population. Percentage is much less than like everything else. And most of these guys, except for the guy that did the Batman shooting thing, stole these weapons. I mean, the Sandy Hook, the guy stole those weapons from his mother. He took them from her. Because, she was a big gun enthusiast. But on top of that, she was also trying to get help for the kid. She knew something wasn't right with him. It was pretty much obvious. I guess the kid wouldn't allow her at all in his room. You know, something was going down, and she was trying to reach out and get help for this kid, but nobody would help. And that's another thing. The one thing they're trying to pass is a further extensive background check. Some that says if this person's not mentally capable of owning a firearm, that should come up on the background check. Personally, I would pay an extra $5 for that. If it took less guns away from people like that kid from Sandy Hook or that guy from the Batman shooting, if that took a better chance of them not getting their hands on it legally, because there's always a way to get around, go illegal and buy stuff like off the streets. You can't stop that. I'm sorry, but you can't. That'll always be around. So pretty much my family's, thought on this is don't take away, don't try to take away anything. Try to enforce the laws that we already have. Maybe take away, even a little bit more. But do the background checks, I definitely, for an extra $5 to see if somebody is, mentally able to own a firearm. That might go against the HIPAA thing, but all it has to say is, not mentally stable. It doesn't have to say, the mental illness, the specific name of it, or the cause or anything. Just, have it come up. Not able. It's like saying someone's sick. Yeah, they're sick, but you don't say what they're sick from. That just a little red dot would come up or saying just give a warning. And that's not exactly going against the HIPAA the HIPAA thing. But if you allow people to actually have more protection, more guns, a lot less, crime would happen because they would take, they'd take the consideration of, all right, maybe they do have a gun in there, or maybe they do, have some means of protecting themselves, maybe we shouldn't, go in and rob this place or try to mug this guy. It's like these people, like in New Zealand, they're allowed to freaking hunt with fully automatic weapons. You're allowed to have suppressors. I mean, a guy can get a suppressor over there for his weapon for like $80 over there. And, almost everyone over there has a gun of some sort, even a little tiny pea shooter. What do you think the crime rate over there is? Probably next to none compared to us. But take also, England and, Australia. There's like no guns allowed there. None. But you think that's going to allow the underground to get the guns and go in and rob these places? No, they're going to freaking take advantage of that, knowing that these people are unprotected. Excuse me. And knowing these people are unprotected, go in there, and now they have the power because they have a weapon over them. And, they're going to get what they want. And it'd be just easy as that. Because most of this just baffles me. I mean, yes, I 100% agree. We don't need it. But for the, the fun, the sport of, competition shooting and all this other stuff, yeah, we want it. Just like we want a really fast car. We don't need it to go that fast. This is a cutlery lover. I can't say his name right now. But he also made this point. Yeah, we want fast cars. We don't need them. We don't need a car that can go from 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. You don't need one, with power steering and, all this other shit. But we want it. And that's mainly what the American dream is all about, is wanting it and possessing it and using it to your whim. Or your whimsy. And just taking away from the people isn't gonna really help. Besides, you give me a weapon with a 10-round magazine. If I practice it with it enough and get enough of those 10-round magazines, I can easily change it out and, take out that magazine, pop in another, just as fast as I would with a 30-round. And still have the power to just mow down people, because it's not the number of bullets you have, it's how well you place them as well. Because a guy with a bolt action that knows what he's doing, has enough stripper clips, or if he has those detached mags, can do almost or just as bad as a guy with a 30-round clip that doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Doesn't know how to shoot. He's just pointing and pulling the trigger. And it's just almost stupid. It's just stupid of how these people are trying to go at it. It's not something I take to heart, but I'm trying to point out the facts, the things that, this won't work. Just like that Clinton, gun ban they tried to do, way back when, and it didn't work. It didn't. Do you think this one will work? No, it won't. By the way, this raspberry is getting better as it goes. But you guys got me on a rant of this gun thing. I personally, I really don't care if they take it away, because I don't have an assault rifle style gun, but maybe I do. Maybe I actually do want the one. It's a 22. I just want to play around with it. Have fun with it. It's a 22. It's cheap to shoot, and I can definitely do competition shoots with this if I get the right stuff. But they're trying to take away these things. And the NRA, they're screaming, Second Amendment and all this stuff. But on the other note, you also got to realize the Second Amendment was written how many hundreds of years ago? Right to bear arms. That's when we were, a militia almost. Everyone should have had a firearm because either the Indians were going to come or the Redcoats. Over time, we have strongly changed these guns to the point where we can shoot a guy 1.5 miles away with just one round. People gotta see both sides of the argument. Biden, personally, I don't believe he knows enough about guns to, to actually literally talk about this. Bring a person that actually knows what they're talking about, actually knows facts, and maybe, they would have a decent argument. Hell, I would even, go to the point of, agreeing with an extra background check for a high-capacity magazine. I mean, if it's going to help save one kid's life, just one, it's worth it. If the crime rate went down, a little bit, just to keep it around, but, keep the stuff around, but just for that extra, background check, the extra little, maybe this person shouldn't have it, maybe it is worth it. I see both sides of the argument, but I think they're both looking at it the wrong way, and, the wrong way. They're going about it the wrong way. And there's these people that also don't know, what guns, they don't know enough about guns that are actually supporting this. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. If I didn't know anything about guns, I probably would too. But I know enough that people can actually, be responsible with these guns and not use them for the wrong reasons. So, I mean, down at my range, everyone knows the proper way to take care of that gun. To keep your finger off the trigger, either have the muzzle pointed down to the ground, or downrange. Because if it's pointed up, yeah, it won't hurt anybody now, but that could lob somewhere and, hurt somebody else. And if we see somebody, goofing around or not doing the right way, we get in their face and let them know, don't do that. We just need more people about that know how to handle such things. Hell, even a 5-year-old knows how, to properly, hold a gun so no one gets hurt. I mean, it's that simple for a 5-year-old. Maybe a freaking adult should take a lesson too. But that's the end of the video, guys. I'm gonna be done ranting. So until next time, see you later.